Welcome back. It is 9:38. Just because you may be getting older doesn't mean you have to feel that way. That's the concept behind a new book called Harnessing the Nine Hallmarks of Aging. And the author, Greg Macpherson, a biotechnologist, is joining us with some tips that I think we'd all be interested to hear. Good morning to you. Thanks for being here.
You're welcome. It's nice to see you, Sylvia.
It's great to see you too. So just because you're getting older, does that mean you have to feel that way?
Not at all. I mean, I think there's so many options now that can help us be fitter and just feel better. So, no, I think we can, at a stage, I guess, now where we can actually start to age without perhaps feeling that age.
Okay, because we start getting older and you're thinking, oh, my neck is killing me, my knees are killing me. You're saying that does not have to be the case. So how do you make sure that doesn't happen to you?
I think it's healthy things that we do as we age, so things like exercising and eating well, but we've now got supplements and drugs, if you will. We're actually starting to learn that we can actually start to slow the aging process down. So what the book is seeking to help people understand is what are the things that cause us to age and what we can do about them.
Okay, so you say one of the things we should do is test our DNA. How do we do that? And how does that tell us our real age?
Over the last few years, over the last decade, people have started to understand that they can measure little bits of almost like junk that we accumulate on our DNA as we age. And that gives us a really good understanding of how old our cells are acting. So you can be 50 chronologically, as in on your birthday you turn 50, but biologically things could be happening that's slightly different inside your cells. So that could mean that you're actually maybe 70 biologically, which means your cells are acting that age, or actually you might be even 30 biologically, and that's when these people that are younger biologically are actually aging really well.
So, yeah, and I have this visual in my head of maybe 3 people I know who are 50 years old, and 3 people who are 50, and 3 people who all look like they're aging differently. So what's the difference between that birth age and the chronological age? Why do some people wear it better than others?
Yeah, look, up to recently, it's just been about pure luck. I mean, a bit of genes, but doing really good things like eating well and having and exercising. These are things that turn on special circuits in our cells that keep us healthy. And so yeah, they will actually be aging differently. And so now I guess what we've got is we can take a wee bit of the chance out of it, and actually proactively do things to slow that aging process down.
Okay, I want some answers here then. I want to know what exactly that's involved, because you talk about diet and exercise. I mean, that's nothing new, right? We've heard that all our lives. But what else should people be thinking about seriously? You mentioned some supplements. I don't know, what is the number one thing you would want people to know?
Yeah, so the number one thing is that we actually, I think DNA, which we all just thought from biology lessons at school, was just this special piece of information or special part of our cells which actually determine who we are and how we work, but it's actually really tightly related to how fast we're aging. So taking supplements that actually protect our DNA, there's something called Hobamine, which is from Himalayan Tartary Buckwheat, of all things, but this is actually a compound. Hobamine's a compound that's been isolated recently and has been shown to protect your DNA and to support cellular function. Molecules like NAD, which sounds rather sciencey, but NAD is an enzyme that declines as we age, and we can top that up now, and we haven't been able to do that until recently. And then something called fisetin, which comes from strawberries. And fisetin helps reduce the number of old cells in our body as we age. And it does sound a wee bit sci-fi, so I've made it quite easy. I've got a website called srw.co, which is scienceresearchwellness.co, not .com, and that just makes it nice and easy for people to go in and have a look and understand what these things can do.
It's interesting to talk to you, because a lot of people in the medical world say supplements, there's no scientific evidence to prove that supplements work.
Yeah, that's changing now. I think, with that test we talked about before, where you can actually measure how old your DNA is, we can start to understand whether you're taking supplements can actually affect your aging, because this DNA aging, so to speak, is actually quite flexible. So you can be perhaps 50 chronologically and 60 biologically,
right.
But by doing exercise and taking supplements like that, you actually can modify it and slow it down. So you can actually measure this now.
Okay, I think my viewers at home would love to review, okay? So you've taught us all of this. We can learn more in your book. But if you were to list the top 3 supplements you think affect the aging process, go over those with me one more time before we leave you.
Got it, thank you. So something called Hobamine, which is from Himalayan Tartary Buckwheat. Absolutely such an exciting molecule. Not many people have heard about it yet, but it's going to be really, really significant. Something that boosts your NAD, which is an enzyme inside your cells that declines with age, and if we boost it up, it gives us more energy and just helps that cellular repair process. And then a really exciting ingredient called fisetin, and this is something which helps reduce the burden of older cells in our body as we age.
Very interesting. Where can we learn more about your 9 Hallmarks of Aging? How do we get your book?
Yeah, so pop across to harnessingthe9hallmarksofaging.com and have a look. And my Twitter handle is Greg Macpherson. And love to see you. If you've got any questions, just please reach out.
Very nice. And there's the website, the9hallmarksofaging.com. So great to talk to you this morning. You have a good day.
Thanks.
You're what? You're 102, is that right?
You got it. Yeah.
This stuff really works. Okay, thank you so much. Great to have you on.
Likewise, thank you.
Coming up on Good Day.